was really a germ of an idea to come up with a theme park in the Philippines. We have fixed amusement parks, seasonal carnivals, but we've never had a honest-to-goodness themed amusement park. We didn't know anything about the business or the industry, except maybe enjoying the rides with our young children then. Maybe it was time to come up with the theme park. We attended conferences and trade shows, and we found the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions, which is the global association. And they had this trade show in Asia and also in the States, and that's where we met designers, consultants, and ride manufacturers. We chose our designers and consultants, did our planning, broke ground in '94, and then opened to the public in 1995, October. We were able to come up with a mix of rides and attractions that would attract to a greater group of audience, meaning families, not really concentrating on the teen rides for thrill. It's more of the families being able to be together and enjoy the park. So that's how we envisioned it, more like a family theme park where different ages can enjoy. As any newcomer to any new business, very pioneering at that, we were faced with a lot of challenges. We thought that we built the park and that's all we had to do. We opened in 1995, and hardly 2 years after, you have the Asian financial crisis in 1997, which also ballooned into a worldwide financial crisis. And then, of course, here in the country, we've had our political challenges after that. Literally, when I'm asked about the history of Enchanted Kingdom, it's really like a roller coaster ride. We were up, and sometimes we were also down. But through sheer hard work, perseverance, and a lot of prayers and answered prayers from above, we were able to persevere, and the rest is history.
Through the years, the mission was not just for profit, but really because we provide happiness through our magical experiences. So it has been an internal mission that we'd like to be God's eternal kingdom, God's EK, so that we actually focus on bringing happiness to people who come into the park.
I was really very fortunate because even though we've been only in the industry for a little over 20 years, I was able to become a director of the IAAPA in 1999 for 3 years, and I kept myself involved with different facets of the association, being members in different committees. And then because going to the different trade shows and conferences, may it be in the States, in Europe, or in Asia, gave us the opportunity to continuously network and learn about new trends in the industry and best practices from Disney, Universal, Six Flags, etc. So I kept myself involved with that association. And sometime in 2010, they asked me whether I wanted to become chair. I said, I'm not really used to crowds or speaking before people, but what the heck. So I turned in my application, and then I was chosen to become the third vice chair. The culmination was my being the first chairman from Asia in 2014, and of course being the first Filipino to be able to reach that position. So for me, the honor was not for me individually. It was more for the organization and facility that I represent, which was Enchanted Kingdom. And on a macro scale, it was people knowing more about where is the Philippines, what is the Philippines. So when I became chair, they sort of found out where the Philippines is or what the Philippines is all about.
One thing that I still appreciate up to now, we were able to maintain like 50 of the original cast members from the time that we started. So that means these people have been there despite, not so attractive salaries and their competing salaries outside, because they have passion about their job, they love the product, they love Enchanted Kingdom, and they believe in our mission.
20 or 30 years from now, I hope we're still here, first of all. But more importantly, I hope that that's more than enough time to realize our grand dream of being able to bring Enchanted Kingdom to the next level, from a fixed themed amusement park, single day, to what we call an integrated attractions destination, meaning a larger theme park, a water park, retail, dining and entertainment, plus lodging that will keep you within the confines of Enchanted Kingdom for more than a day or two. I was the past. She was looking into the future.
In 2008, when I was pursuing my PhD, I used Enchanted Kingdom as the subject of my thesis about appreciative inquiry. It's a new methodology for strategic planning. So we used appreciative inquiry as a platform for planned change management in Enchanted Kingdom. That was quite an opportune time because 2008, it was the time when Enchanted Kingdom was facing challenges. So of course, just like any organization, when you face challenges, definitely you need to take a look at what changes need to be done, what needs to be treasured from the past, and what needs to be enhanced towards future. And first, of course, I took a look at the business model. It was really more of strengthening marketing and, of course, a focused sales team because we are in Santa Rosa, so we can't expect too much of the walk-ins. We really have to bring them in, entice them to come in, and really, bring corporate bookings just so we will have the team building and planning sessions of the corporate market.
Hello! Welcome! Enchanted! I am the fairy godmother of Enchanted Kingdom.
In the memorabilia, they made me perform as the fairy godmother of Enchanted Kingdom. That's how they personify me. In the video, he talked about the past because definitely he was the founder, the visionary, and everything. And people know that I came in only 2008, so I actually is the one perceived to be the one pushing for the future. And so I was really in a costume and all of that with a wand. So that means that really, seemingly, of course, with prayers, we, together with the team and the family, make things seem what seemingly may be impossible possible.
3 of the 4 children are now full-time because they all, one has been with us since she took off from the corporate world, but 2 have tried to become citizens of the world, or they tried their luck abroad. But somehow we didn't decide for them, and whatever experiences they had outside when they were working abroad really are now coming out to be very advantageous to us. Because our eldest son worked for 7 years with Hong Kong Disney as an entertainer and in entertainment. So most naturally, when he came back, he now heads Team Entertainment, and he produces the shows and directs the shows. Even his eldest daughter, our eldest grandchild, performs already. So, and then our elder daughter, they take care of business development and especially the digital part, some of which I don't understand anymore. The only thing we have to do maybe in the near future is build our hotel so that our youngest son, who is in the hotel industry, can come back. And also our younger daughter, who was my special assistant, who finished a degree in IT, worked for Smart and worked for other companies before joining us, doubles up as an entertainer on weekends. So they all found their niches outside, and then when they come back, they're all able to contribute to the effort. So really, we're very happy, and we're really very fortunate that we can maybe start, or we're starting the transition process so that we can retire from our positions, but not retire from what we're doing. Because they say if you stagnate, then it's all downhill from there. So that makes me afraid. My favorite ride is the Rio Grande Rapids. Why? Because again, I'm a family man. So if I ride the space shuttle, it will only be myself and Cynthia. But if I ride the Rio Grande, 8 of us can ride. So 8 of the family can ride. And hoping that I'm not the one who gets wet.
We've always placed the Wheel of Fate as very
Symbol.
iconic, because even internally we call it Wheel of Faith, where Jesus Christ is the hub. If it's just to ride, just to scream and everything, because I'm an adventurous person, so I like the space shuttle. But Wheel of Faith actually is the one that symbolizes everything that we hope for in the park.
If Enchanted Kingdom was a person, then maybe I would liken it to Eldar the Wizard, our mascot. Why? Because we look upon Eldar as a symbol not only of age, but also of wisdom. And also so the wisdom part, that's the educating part. But also he's jolly. He jumps around, he laughs. So that's the fun part. And of course, he takes care of the kingdom. So that's the family part. So I guess I liken it to Eldar. And sometimes also Enchanted Kingdom's also like my wife. See, she's laughing, so she's the fun part now. But sometimes she can also be the serious part. Well, Cynthia embodies everything that I look for in a business. And it's all in one compact package.
Going for 42nd wedding anniversary.
Well, when we started Enchanted Kingdom, we really felt that it was an escape from reality. That's why you don't see anything Filipino inside the park. When we first started, it's 7 theme zones, it's different times in history, and nothing Filipino.
Except the people.
Except, of course, the people. But, of course, we also, then when we started, we wanted them to speak English. And we got some criticism for that. But as we went on, we saw that, as Cynthia said, there's maybe a greater reason why we are here. Because it's not only rides, attractions, and entertainment, it's also educating the people. So we were educating them about good Filipino values. You should queue, you should not throw trash. And maybe we said maybe it's also a good way of being able to educate them on how beautiful the country is. So after 20 years of operating Enchanted Kingdom as a standalone theme park, we started planning for its expansion. And ultimately, the expansion will lead to more areas of rides and attractions, but it also will give you a chance to stay longer, maybe more than a day. So that means lodging facilities and other forms of entertainments like water-based activities. But when it comes to the zoning, as I mentioned earlier, we decided that we should dedicate one particular zone that at the moment, we call the cultural zone, anchored by Aguila the Experience, to be something that we want to give back to our countrymen. And that is to educate them on, first, how beautiful the country is through the various sites that you could see on the film, and also the importance of conservancy and taking care of the environment. We called it Aguila because of our Philippine eagle, which is highly endangered. It calls the attention of the viewers of the ride to the plight also of Aguila. In the future, we will also have other cultural attractions that can really show the best of the Filipino, may it be in music, in arts, everything, so that in a way, we show both our countrymen and also our friends from abroad how the Philippines started, how it was during the colonization and the colonies under the Spanish and the Americans, and how it has blossomed to what it is now and how we envision it to be in the future for future generations.
Filipino pride is also diminishing. Our young generation probably know more Justin Bieber than Jose Rizal. Even our June shows, no, because it's our Independence Day, we have OPM, Original Filipino Music. But actually, our shows also focus on our heroes. We did Andres Bonifacio, we did Jose Rizal, and then now we're focusing on the women. The women heroines, the women leaders, Gabriela Silang. I mean, not many people know, not many students are very conscious about this. And I think we're also looking for venues and places where we can teach the students about our history, and to be proud about our past and to be proud to be Filipino. We believe in it. We're so convicted and committed to do that. Even with our own theme park to entertainment, there are many forms by which we can promote this. We are really so passionate and committed to help in terms of building national pride. More than 600,000 students come here every year. So we really feel a sense of responsibility that not only do we want them to, enjoy, be happy, be thrilled with the rides, but really to be educated, and so that we can also make sure that they practice good values. And one thing that's very good also, this is a venue for bonding, families. And so this is very close to our heart. One is family values. 2 is good Christian values. And 3 is really build national pride, especially in our environment right now. There's so many things that is beyond our control. We can't do much about, but these things are happening. And we're also very committed to support tourism. So we can't do much about things that are happening, but at least even domestic tourism for the Filipino travelers going to Enchanted Kingdom. We'd like them not only to enjoy, but to be educated and, really have good values.
I look at it as really something for future generations, so that whatever they learn from what we have here, they can pass on to their children and their children's children. And can you imagine that when we opened the park, we had small children running around that are now parents themselves and being educated by us 20 years ago. There's no other game in town but to go back to Enchanted Kingdom.
Being Filipino, we must all be proud to be Filipinos. First, we also have natural talents. I mean, basically in music, any Filipino can just stand up, sing, dance, and perform. And that's such a blessing. I mean, other countries, they have an institute where they teach creativity. Hello, we have it. I mean, we're so much born with it. Filipinos are naturally talented. Filipinos are naturally nurturing as far as people management is concerned. Filipinos, given the chance, can really be so empowered, and they can gain expertise in all fields, whether IT, robotics, entertainment, music, history, name it, even painting. And even the well-known popular entertainers now, they're half Filipino. Every winner of a competition, I'm sure there's always, something that you can trace back to Filipino.
Filipinos are citizens of the world. The circumstance of needing to go abroad and look for a better standard of living or look for a better way of life have not only financially rewarded our kababayans, but they have also brought out the best in the Filipino to the outside world. The concept of fun and family for the Filipino is being together in everything, even at home, breakfast, lunch, dinner, or when you go out. The best example of that is when one or two goes abroad, especially if it's an OFW, the whole barangay or the whole family brings it to the airport. That's why our airport designers are having a hard time. The pre-departure area has to be bigger than the departure area because of all the relatives. Yun na nga, ganun talaga. Siguro it's the nature of Filipinos to really to care for one another, especially for family.
Many things have happened in our history that we Filipinos not even planned. So I always believe that there's divine intervention in things that happen, and always for the good. That's why we pray a lot when we can't do anything much. Even in our own business, we seek His wisdom. We seek God's wisdom because we'll never know, what idea will click. How will we bring the people here? How will we sustain the business? You'll never know. But of course, it doesn't mean that we won't work for it, right? I just believe that if Filipinos just do their part, and then consequently, as a group of dedicated Filipinos who believe and have pride of Filipinos, I think we'll do well.
No matter what is happening in the past, what is happening now or in the future, I don't recognize any other country but the Philippines. In our own small way, whatever positive things we can do to bring out the best in the Filipino or the country, then I would be very satisfied by doing that. This is what I would call a legacy project when we started it. You don't get a quick buck out of this. But if you handle it properly, it will transcend generations. You're entertaining and you're taking care of people, of families, of young children. It's something that maybe when I pass on in the future, hopefully not too soon, it's really a legacy that I want to leave to the country.